The use of robots in education is a new and experimental field that researches for ways in which robots can assist children in a learning environment, but such development is slowed by technological and financial setbacks. However, new research has shown that the use of robots in the classroom can be beneficial to students when used moderately with human teachers. For example, robots can be used to assist students that are on opposite ends of the learning spectrum, meaning struggling students and fast learners. In an article from Bold, a blog about development in education, states, "Today, teachers are often forced to teach to the middle, leaving struggling students behind and boring the fastest learners. A robot can provide extra support, allowing teachers to work with students one-on-one or concentrate on areas of particular concern." Researchers of social robots are attempting to create robots that can develop individual learning experiences for students based on their own level of learning. With this technology, robots can help struggling students and advanced students to stay engaged with their lesson. However, some people fear that the use of robots will eventually lead to the replacement of human teachers with robot ones. In an article by the University of Plymouth on TechExplore, a website providing technology and engineering news, the authors argue, how far do we want the education of our children to be delegated to machines? Overall, learners are positive about their experiences, but parents and teaching staff adopt a more cautious attitude. While robots have the potential to be useful in the classroom, there are still flaws that need to be addressed with social robots first. The article also mentions some of the technical constraints, highlighting that speech recognition, for example, is still insufficiently robust to allow the robot to understand spoken utterances from young children, and that some children being seen to rely too heavily on the help offered by robots rather than simply using them when they are in difficulty. These flaws that a robot cannot correct on its own shows the necessity of a human teacher to be present in case the robot is unable to understand a student, or if a student starts to become dependent on the robot. A human teacher is also still needed for the human-to-human social interaction that is necessary development that students learn. The switch to robot teachers may seem more appealing to schools that struggle with paying for teacher budgets, as the cost of a robot has decreased significantly from the past. 10 years ago, a robot would have cost up to $80,000 to $100,000, but in more present years, a smaller-sized robot will cost as low as into the thousands, but can still reach a higher price of $50,000. Although, while the cost of a single robot could alleviate the cost of a teacher for 5 to 10 years of usage, the flaws of social robots mentioned earlier prove that robots can only be best used when assisting a human teacher. The same can be said for teacher assistants, who face a higher risk of being replaced than teachers, but can provide an extra human help for the teacher and students with the addition of a robot helper in the classroom. Despite this, robots can still prove useful for other students, such as those with disabilities. In an article by the University of Southern California from TechExplore, which details the study of a personalized learning robot named Kiwi helping children with autism, the authors state, after the study was completed, the researchers also analyzed the participants' engagement and determined the robot could have autonomously detected whether or not the child was engaged with 90% accuracy. One of the goals of the study was to measure how well a robot can determine whether a child is participating in a lesson, which can be used to help future robots learn how to reactivate a child's interest in a subject. Additionally, the article also stated, at the end of the month's intervention, 100% of the participants demonstrated improved math skills, while 92% also improved in social skills. While still an earlier model, the robot was shown to be an improvement for children with autism both educationally and socially. Overall, the use of robots can be useful for students who struggle with the learning material or students who feel disengaged due to being a fast learner. Regardless, a robot can be used to aid or challenge the students with the lesson while allowing the teacher to focus on the class more. Robots can also be used to help students with disabilities that may put them in a disadvantage in a regular classroom as well. And while robots can be beneficial to students, they are still best used when under the supervision of a teacher to assist them with the class. While the usage of robots in the classroom can be seen as unnatural and wary. They can be effectively used to better the learning environment of both teachers and students.